Okay, and we are live. There we go. There we go. Okay, let me just make sure we're looking good on this part, and we're solid. All right,
Perfect.
what's up, everybody? Welcome to the live watch party for the Ironman MX National. We're going to be doing first motos today. I'm joined by Brandon Winfield, and Ian Trettel should be poking in here very, very shortly. Two guys that know the sport very, very well, that have raced, that can give you that really cool insider's perspective and inside scoop. As always, I'm Dave Drakes with the Collective Experience, and we're here to make sure that we chat with you live, get some cool racing in, watch some cool stuff. The championship is heating up, and we just dropped the gate for the first moto. Brandon, for people who may not be as familiar with you as some others, like, give us a quick rundown of who you are, man, and your stint in the sport.
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up racing. I mean, I think like most people here, racing was my first love and true thing that I always wanted to do. And in school, I used to write down on my list like what I wanted to be as a professional, or as I grew up and as a professional motocross racer. So I was able to race for a little bit. I really started when I was 10 years old. Ended up getting a ride for American Honda for a couple of years there, and then ended up getting hurt when I was 14 years old. Left me paralyzed from the chest down, but motocross has always been something I've studied and watched for a long time, probably to my own detriment as I started racing, because I would go to the big races and see all these guys that I'd seen in videos and kind of psych myself out a little bit, or say, I'm not supposed to beat those people. So it's still something that's definitely in my blood. I don't miss a race at all. Like, I'll stop everything on a Saturday to go watch a race for sure. So happy to be here. Thanks for having me, man. And
no worries.
Let's make sure Ian's more professional next time and on time. I don't know what to do.
Glad
I can pick up the slack.
We'll cut him some slack. I mean, we can't be too hard on him, right? So maybe his Wi-Fi is a little wonky or something. So we'll give him a break. But no, it's awesome to have somebody of your perspective and your caliber. You've gone pretty far in the sport. I mean, riding for America Honda, that's a dream for most of us. You know what I mean? So it's super cool that you have that background. So you've been watching the races this season. It's been freaking great. Like, we're watching a race right now where it's just the two top front runners, freaking Cooper and Jet, are 3 points away from each other in the title fight. What are your thoughts on the series so far? Like, how's it been shaking up in your eyes?
Man, at first it was really exciting because we had 6 different winners in those first 6 races. I don't think anybody saw Jalek Swoll getting a win in there. I think we all saw Jeremy Martin, Justin Cooper, Jet Lawrence all getting a win. And I think a lot of people had Hunter Lawrence kind of pegged as a title favorite as well, kind of like a number 3 up there who could throw his way in there. And it was super exciting. And now, they always say the cream rises to the top, and we see that. And Jet's been struggling with starts. And as we watch this race right now, he stepped up when he really needed to. And Cooper got another whole shot like we expected him to, but Jet went with him. So the 450 class, like usual, it gets kind of boring and slowed down towards the end. And this is something that we at least have to look forward to every weekend right now, this championship, because these guys are, at the top of their game right now. And it's cool to see them start together and battle it out. And for sure. 3 points, man. That's exciting.
Yeah, exactly. It very rarely do we see a championship fight come down to such like a small points margin. And the cool part about Jet and Cooper is, I feel like, Jet starts aren't the best in the first moto, right? We usually see Cooper attacking in the first moto, getting that first moto win, and Jet's kind of playing catch up, gets to a third or second. But then second moto seems to be like Jet's sort of like more of his repertoire of talent, so he will come up on top in the second moto where Cooper seems to falter. So it almost equalizes these two, and I think that's why we're seeing such a close points battle right now. But having both guys up front right now, this is all we've been waiting for all season, man. On one of the coolest tracks of the season. Like, come on, it doesn't get much better than this, right?
Exactly. And I think what you were talking about earlier with Jet, especially with some of the past few rounds like Southwick and Unadilla, or not Unadilla, Southwick and one of the other ones. Maybe it was Unadilla, but he hadn't been to those tracks yet because they only got to do the 9-round series last year. And he did 3 rounds after Loretta's the first year. So I think the first motos, and what I like about Jet, why I think he is kind of my favorite to win this championship, even though that Cooper has his starts down, is when he's back in the pack, he still keeps his cool and his calm, and he methodically picks his ways through guys, and he's super smooth and, finds a way to stay out of trouble when most people would kind of have a bit of a freak out or panic attack or just kind of get caught up in some unfortunate things. I don't want to jinx him, but he looks really good. He looks really calm and composed out there. And I think he flourishes in the second mode is kind of just because of his GP EMX experience, essentially. He's ridden some really rough tracks. And I think it suits his riding style and his balance really well that he can go out there and kind of pull through in those second motos for sure.
Oh, 100%. I and a lot of people bring that up too, is like the difference between the European GP series and our series is that they ride some gnarly stuff. And not only is it gnarly, usually like it's cold, it's rainy, it's, you know what I mean? So all of that,
not the best at all.
It's not the best at all. Exactly. It makes you into, like, honestly, you know, no pun intended, into an Iron Man. So I think that's why, you know, we see all these GP guys just come out and just do so freaking good, even though they've never really ridden these tracks before. So,
and I think it kind of goes back to what they used to say about our sprint speed out here. Like when the GP guys would come over and say they just sprint right away, like right from the opening laps. And that has to do with our amateur system of just having 5 to 6 lap motos, essentially. So you have 10 to 15 minutes at most. Usually to work a race, and there's no real racecraft. It's just wide open. Hopefully get a good start. If not, you're working your way through the back. And then these GP guys come over here with a lot of expertise and just being able to manage a moto and do a lot of things of that nature, where it's either really hot, super wet, super rough, super hard packed, a lot of sand, and they can. I think they can learn a lot quicker and grow. Like their potential, their ceiling is a lot higher. Whereas, you know, we did get to have that first Moto combine yesterday here at Ironman, which is really cool. It's something that they should have adopted a long time ago, of having these amateurs come and race at these tracks and kind of get that experience and go through the motions of what a pro weekend would be like. So, we got a little battle for the lead here.
Yo, I made it back, dude. I'm in.
Ian's in. Mr. Treadle, what's up, sir?
Fine, dude. I'm telling you, it was Skyped. It was Zoomed. It wasn't on me. So I was ready. I've been ready for a long time.
Okay, it's all good.
I've been watching the race. I just couldn't connect to you guys, man. Yeah,
it's all good.
It's looking good though. Yeah, I like this track. Yeah,
you guys have watched these watch parties before. You know, Ian is a mainstay in these things, and we always have a blast. Brandon and I were just talking about like how, you know, it's almost like an equalizer for the season, where Jet tends to have a bad first moto because his starts are bad. He'll come through the back, and then Cooper will win, and then it's almost vice versa for the second moto.
There goes Jet. Oh, and wow.
Dude, look at Jet just throwing the bike around, dude, just getting like real like loose with it. He almost reminds me of like when Villapoto first went pro, and how he was always off the side of the bike, throwing it around, whipping it, and a little bit of like Stu kind of flashiness. I think that's why he's got such a big fan base right now.
Dude, Jet is sick, and I think that there's no way he's like fully developed yet as a rider. He's gonna get better too.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
He's so young. He's gonna change his style as he learns more, I think.
Oh my god, look at the way he scrubs, dude. Oh my gosh,
I'd be in front of you guys. I feel like I'm a little bit ahead of you guys.
Yeah, we're all in different places. Dude. We're all in different places.
It's tough for him to sync up. That is one thing that like Zoom needs to be better at, is allowing people to sync up like all of this stuff, man. Or sorry, not Zoom, but Pro Motocross and Peacock.
Yeah,
I'll
dude.
See if I can I'll try to pause mine. Oh, I can't even pause on this. It won't let me pause. Let me say, see if I can pause.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. I don't know.
Yeah, we try, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, you guys got to see that pass.
Yeah, saw the pass, dude. Just underneath.
Yeah, that was incredible. And that pre-jump that he did before that whole section to get over that one big roller, like he pretty much cleared and downsided that top one. It was incredible.
Crazy. Yeah, he's just ripping, man.
How about Boland up in fourth? I'm a really big fan of Boland and his riding style and the way that he rides the bike. I think he's got a lot of potential as well. I think he's going to be incredible. Maybe a lot of Jet Lawrence, Max Boland battles in the future.
Isn't Max pretty young?
Yeah, he's 17. I think it's same age as
That's what
Jet,
I'm saying, dude. Yeah. These young kids that are going pro that early is insane.
Dude, he hasn't even been on big bikes for a year yet.
He hasn't been on a 250F more than a year. That's for sure.
Dude. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That's just respect, dude.
Just crazy.
Masterpool's having a great ride as well, up in seventh. I like seeing him do well.
Yeah, finally. It's what's been his deal? Like, why did he not get re-signed with the Star Racing guys? Like he had a great season last year.
I heard Supercross issues. Like it wasn't. I think his parents didn't want him to ride Supercross at first, or he wasn't really riding it. Maybe they saw him ride, and it was a bit of a struggle because you remember he tried out for the pro circuit spot as well with like Mumford and Shimoda, and he didn't get that ride either. And that was a Supercross tryout essentially. So I mean, we all saw how Shimoda did this year in Supercross, which is kind of hard to beat. He was very consistently on the podium and got a win, and
Yeah.
Ended up being the right choice for pro circuit for sure. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Masterpool back on a legit ride here soon.
Yeah, and I do appreciate what Shimoda's done for the PC sector, man. I mean, it's so rare, at least in the last maybe 20 or so years, since Pro Circuit's been like really at the top of its game, even longer than 20 years, to not see them as like a title favorite, especially for I think everyone in our age group. PC it's been the team. And as of like the last 3-4 years, 5 years maybe, it's been Star Racing. So it's a super weird, I guess, change up, you know what I mean? Changing of the guard for sure.
Yeah, Ian and I were actually just talking about this yesterday. Star definitely, like, we were talking about how all the bikes tend to be mostly even at this stage, but how Yamaha has so much more to work with because their bike is already starting off at such a good point when it's stock, essentially. Like, it's already so far ahead of, like, say, Suzuki, Kawasaki. I think KTM and all those other guys like Honda are up there as well, but
yeah,
I was telling him, I was like, I wonder how RJ Hampshire would be doing on a Star Yamaha if he didn't have to ride so crazy and ride open all the time. If he had that extra power in that bottom end, if he can get a good start and then not have to ride over his head essentially to go with those guys.
Oh, for sure.
That's a good point. I think some of these teams, though, it's like it's a lot of it's like just the environment and just like all the guys. So it's like a whole package. So it might just be more comfortable than other places, you know.
Yeah.
They might give him more freedom to stay at his house and ride more versus like doing stuff he's not normally used to. Hey, Brant, what do you think about bikes over like in Europe? Do you think they have better bikes over there than we do here? Are they getting better stuff, do you think?
Well, they don't have the production rule over in Europe, so they do get to run full work spikes essentially. So yeah, I think the bikes are better. They could be lighter. The tires are different. Gas is different as well. So they can really do whatever they want to over in Europe. And I heard when Jeffrey came over here to run the Ironman race, he hated the bike that the factory guys had here. Like, it was nothing like his actual race bike in Europe. He probably just like a pile, felt like a scooter to him essentially.
That's nuts, dude.
So he essentially could have beaten us by even greater margin if he had his own bike.
Pretty much, it sounded like it. And this wasn't even a sand track either. So
crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, you can look at like the GP bikes and you look at them and like, dude, there is some jewelry on those bikes, man. Absolute trickery.
Some unatanium is what they call it.
Definitely. Definitely. Oh, dude, Martin is just giving the freaking works to Cooper.
Hey, what do you got in your guys' timer, dude? Where are you guys at?
I'm going commercial right now. I'm at 17:08.
I'm at 17.
All right, dude. So I'm 3 minutes behind Brandon, dude.
We're 3 minutes behind.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
There's no way you can fast forward. You have to be able to. You have to catch up with live.
Oh yeah, I can, dude. You're right, dude. Yeah, okay, I'm caught up now, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to commercial right now.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, that was stupid. All right, cool. He's like, there's no way you're 3 minutes behind, dude. Let's go, man. Get with
30 seconds tops. We'll take 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hit 17:04, but I can't go any farther. 40.
Yeah, I'm 17:30 right now.
Okay. 17:30.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta be quiet. I'll try to like make sure like I hold down my excitement when things happen. That's how I'll ruin it for you guys.
I want to go back really quick. So you guys talked about Hampshire a little bit. Do you think Hampshire's like downfall with consistency comes from the fact that he has to ride the bike so much harder because it's not a star bike or something like that?
I don't know. I think he just rides like that naturally anyways. And
if I would agree with that. I think he's kind of a crazy rider, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. He's always kind of been at elbows down, not the best positioning and technique in general. And I think that opens himself up for those mistakes and those kind of head shakes and front end pushes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when it works for him, it works. And I feel like in those first 5 or so races, he was arguably the fastest guy on the track.
Yeah.
At all those races, essentially.
Gotcha.
Jet and them just put it together. Like, I don't know if you remember, but Paula, I remember watching him come from behind and get up to third, and he was just going so fast that I was blown away. I thought he was going to be a problem this year, but the consistency is killing him.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think so too, dude. I would agree with all that, dude. Yeah,
I feel like he can win on any given like racetrack. It's just like you'll see him make a push for the front. We're gonna get start, and then like maybe like 10 minutes to go, guy pushes the front end and he's down.
Yeah.
I think it's just I would say raw speed wise, he's probably top 3 right now, fastest guys on the track without it. He could win any moto for sure, raw speed.
Yeah.
I think there's probably one part of his program just needs to get fixed or changed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
and I
just
think
got to
once
take
those,
one more thing. I think he's having so much bad luck, but it's probably coming from somewhere else.
I think once those mistakes start happening, you really kind of get in your head about it too, and you start overthinking it. And like you start to attract that thing that you're trying to stay away from so much. It's like, don't do it. And you're like, damn, I did it again. Like I'm on my head again.
Yeah.
These teams need to get a sports psychologist. I think that would help a lot, dude. They should bring a sports psychologist on the road, dude.
Dude, for sure. The collective partners up with mindset coaching with Rack Racing and Jay Kavanaugh and his group, and I try to emphasize for so many people like how important it is to have a good mental coach to kind of like the moto is so mental.
It's insane, dude. It's all mental.
Yeah, and all of us are so down on ourselves. We're always comparing ourselves to the next guy and comparing our equipment. It's paramount to get the mind right. So I know you guys
are about 30 seconds behind, but we're about to have a race here, boys.
Oh no, did Martin catch up? Martin. I feel like Martin's coming, dude.
Yeah, there's blood in the water.
Oh, here you go.
It's gonna get exciting. At least when he took away points from his teammate, he's about to go give him some more back.
Yeah. Holy dude. So like, what was Martin's deal at the beginning of the season? Because like right now, this Martin would have been ultra dominant. Like the way he's running right now, he would have bested Jet and Cooper all season.
I think he has nothing to lose now for sure. Of course, he got hurt early on, and he was up there. He won. Well, he was in the running at Paula. He wasn't like the Jeremy Martin that we're seeing right now for sure. But I don't think the West Coast tracks are really his thing, so he's probably just getting by there.
Yeah.
And then sick scrub. He got hurt really quickly at the third round. I think Thunder Valley was the third round. He got hurt and came back, and he's won 3 overalls now.
Dude,
3 out of the last 5 or 6.
Martin is charging into corners.
He's killing it, dude. I have this weird theory. Like Martin, I feel like he should be winning way more. It just seems like he's kind of lost that fire, dude.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, 6 scrub by Jet.
I'm ahead of you guys, but the wheels are coming off this thing.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, like Martin is on a freaking burner.
Dude, I rode with him my last year as amateur. We were both on that like Canada Rockstar team, Bobby Hewitt's amateur team.
Yeah,
he was really cool. Dude. He was so fast in practice.
Yeah.
Like any track we'd practice at the test, he was almost always faster than I was. He was really hard to keep up with. But he always had trouble racing. But he ran track and stuff in high school, so he's naturally like a good athlete.
Yeah.
So that kid is so strong, like physically and mentally. He's just a gnarly dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Shimoda getting around Cooper, so that's going to help out Jet even more, whether he gets past or not.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Jet will have.
Dude, I like Shimoda, dude. That kid's sick, man.
Dude, ultra nice kid, super humble.
Dude. You know how hard that would be to another country just race a series like that, and like being foreign, that'd be so scary, dude. Like just leaving all your friends and stuff. You don't know anyone over here.
Exactly.
And Japanese is so different than English, so it's not like he came from like Europe. Or he was
yeah, dude.
Yeah. He was completely speaking a totally different language, coming to a completely different country.
Yeah.
I love Shimoda. I've been watching him since he was riding Super Minis, like a KTM Super Mini.
Yep.
Wasn't even like on Orange Brigade. He had an Arai helmet with like the Japan, like the Rising Sun or whatever that they have. And
right.
I was like, that kid's super talented and smooth. I like to see how he does in the pros. And he just pushes, man. Like he just has nothing else to lose. He just keeps pushing.
Making it happen right now.
Man, this is an exciting race.
Holy crap, dude!
Lawrence is going to have the points lead after this moto.
Yeah, and look at the way Martin is charging into corners. Being a lifelong rider, I will never get how these guys charge into corners this fast and like not slide out. Oh, dude, jumped over Jet's head pretty much.
I think Martin fits a Yamaha good, dude.
I think so too. It's like a small kind of cockpit.
Yeah, he's just like a horse jockey. He just fits. He just tucks in. He's in, dude.
Oh,
yeah. It's not the prettiest, but he gets it done.
Oh my god,
dude! Kudos to Brandon for not freaking out as like things are happening in like real time. I can see it,
blowing it, dude.
I'll try not to freak out right now.
Brandon wants to smile so heavy right now.
Oh my gosh, dude! You guys are in for a treat here in the next 30 seconds.
Oh,
this is fun. This is a good race.
Jeez. Holy crap.
Oh.
How does Rogan do it to keep it live, man?
Gee, dude.
Okay. They're
Okay.
usually all sitting in the same place watching it together.
Yeah. If they're not talking about Martin's corner speed, they are out of their
Oh my
mind.
God, yeah.
Dude, he is railing
Just jumping in the corners, man, with his foot out.
Oh my gosh. Scrubbing side by side.
Yeah, how sick was
Dude,
that?
And they're 20 plus in right now, which is insane.
They've got to be like screaming around that track for these guys.
Yeah, so I got hurt in 2008, and I remember, like, we all think that we're better than we really are. Ian was definitely better than a lot of people, but ourselves, when we were like, yeah, I could have gone professional, like done some of this stuff, especially when watching on TV. And I remember 2012 watching like Baggett, Roxon, Tomac, and Barsha. Those four guys battle it out like 25, 30 minutes into the race on some of the gnarliest tracks. I was like, I don't want to go that fast on that track. Exactly. I was like, I'm so glad, but I'm not out there. This just doesn't make any sense how they do this. And that's how I feel about watching Martin right now.
Dude, I had to race Roxon and like Jimmy D, AJ Cat, and a few other guys at Loretta's area. Yeah, I think it was the area. And I messed up, got the days wrong, had to ride my stock bike in the mod area qualifier. And dude, when I tell you that it wasn't even a close race between that echelon of rider and the rest of us, like by the time the gate dropped and I dumped the clutch, I looked up, those guys are already like 5, 6, 7 feet ahead of me. I'm like, yep, this is going to be a good race. These guys are in a whole different league, man.
Yeah. Well, watching it's definitely different than doing it and getting on the track.
For sure. Yeah.
I remember having some good days when we got on the big bikes, like riding 125s. And I was watching videos of actually Barsha and Ian battling down like during winter AMs and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I was going to Gatorback like one of the next weekends. And I was like, oh, man, like Barsha's not going that fast. Like I'm going that fast right now too. Yeah. I saw him on the start and I did not. I never saw him again. Saw him in the pits afterwards.
Dude. Just insane the amount of talent. And then you look at guys like Martin and Lawrence that have even upped that class speed even farther, you know, like holy crap.
Did you guys see Mosiman got Cooper as well? Oh, Martin's down. Oh,
Brandon.
Sorry.
No.
Brandon.
So far.
Yeah, you know what? He was working hard to try and like not say.
You got to give me a mulligan.
You got.
Yo, Brandon, do you know anybody that knows Jet or has hung out with him?
I'm sure I do.
No, I just like if you've talked to anyone about him before, like how he is like just how he is like around like just casually.
I would tell you, like,
I bet he's a funny dude. I bet he's like a fun dude. You can just tell how he rides. It's probably crazy, dude.
I hung out with him a couple months ago. We did a shoot together, and dude, he's super cool. Him and his dad. His dad is just like super nice guy, but Jet kind to everybody, treats everybody the same. Will talk to anybody all day long, like wicked nice.
Well, every Australian I've ever met and hung out with, I'm close to a few of them. They're all wild, good time. Like, super funny, super open with everybody, just super friendly.
Oh no,
and welcoming. Oh, we're about to see the crash now.
Oh, dude.
Yo.
Oh.
I hope it wasn't too bad.
It wasn't terrible. He's up. He looks mad. But
yeah.
I think,
hey, Brandon, I was telling Dave about our Leclerc story at the MXGP, dude. Because Dave knows Leclerc. Dave knows Leclerc, dude.
Dude, I know Leclerc. Yeah, I know all those guys, dude. Yeah. I grew up racing with those guys.
I was just thinking about that today. I saw Leclerc posted some old video of him and a friend battling at some fair race or something like that. I was thinking about that story. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Marshfield it's the wildest race, man.
I wish there was more of those around in Georgia when I was growing up. I mean, I think back then I was too busy thinking about girls, so that's probably why I would have liked those, because it brought like a different crowd of people, like normal people that thought we were like Evel Knievel type people going out there racing.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, those fair races seem like they're so cool, and like you can go out and hang out afterwards and just kind of chill and do stuff, and probably no pressure.
People dig them,
and you can make money, dude. You can make money at those races too.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of guys making good money racing those. Yeah. Like I always tell kids that I'm training to do that. I'm like, you should just freaking get like decent and just hit like local pro spots and make cash, and then have like a side part-time job, dude, and make like $60,000 a year. Just ride.
I was thinking that for a lot of these, some of these privateers that are out there that are like in the top 20 or like top 25, 30-ish or whatever. It's like, why not just go do more fair races and stop paying big entry fees and driving halfway across the country to do these races, just to say you have a pro card, essentially.
Yeah, I know, because there's no, in order to hold their top 100 number, dude.
insane. Shout out to Lee Raleigh checking in the chat. What's going on, buddy? I hope you're enjoying watching the race with us. This is absolutely gnarly. You can see myself, Brandon, and Ian. We're just geeking out, man, having a blast watching this. This is one of the coolest races of the season.
That's good stuff.
And because Cooper went down, dude, 17 seconds out front, freaking Jet Lawrence.
Martin went down. Yeah. And now Shimoda's up in the second.
Oh, my
That's
God.
incredible.
That's so sick, dude.
Moseman back from his concussion.
Dude, imagine being in Japan and podium, like getting a podium finish and being on TV, like interviewed by like another person. You would just be like that would be insane. I could see him on the place, be in the podium, be like, I don't know what to do, dude. I didn't even.
I would just start talking about my race, and I would start talking about whatever. It had nothing to do with the question he asked. But yeah, we got to give a shout out to Kilroy and Shorts up there on the Suzuki's doing well right now.
How cool is that, man?
Hampshire's having a bad race right now, but yeah, Kilroy's crushing it.
Dude,
I knew Shorts was gonna be good, but dang, Kilroy.
Yeah, I know, and honestly, like, and you got to give it up to them, dude, because the bikes are bikes, right? I mean, yeah, there's some bikes that are better than the others, and I'm sure the Suzuki works good, but I mean, they're giving up a little bit, right, to some of the more modern, more R&D extensive bikes like the Yamaha KTM, stuff like that. But man, they are really making it work for them, making some noise, man.
I think so, yeah. I remember. I don't know if you guys remember Alex Martin's JGR bike last year, but that thing sounded pretty throaty.
Yeah,
that thing sounded really good.
Yeah. I seen on the vlog, man. That stuff was sounding good.
Yeah. Everyone asked me about the RMs, and I'm like, dude, for the average amateur, like, it's a good bike, dude. You get suspension solid, you get a good pipe on it, get a good mapping, like, you're gonna be good, and you're saving $3 to $4 grand over some of the other, 250F. So, like, why would you not?
What's the average price you're paying for like a stock showroom floor?
Dude,
so like 250F, I think it's like 7 to 8 grand now, right?
Dude, I think
7 or 8 grand, right?
I think the Yamahas are like 85, 84.
No way, that's insane, dude. I used to sell my race bikes for like 5 grand, dude.
Exactly. The KT, I bought my 450 Cowie. I got that. I think it's one of like Tomax or Bauer's like backup bike, and dude, I got that like pretty smoking deal. So something very similar to that, Ian. And I'm telling you what, dude, like going into a showroom now and seeing the new KTMs that are like 10 grand for a 250F. I'm like, yeah, I can't justify that, dude.
Well, some of those bikes are pretty. Can't you get bikes with a kit on them now and stuff, dude? They sell like race ready bikes that have some like pretty. They have some aftermarket stuff on them that are pretty sick.
Sure. Yeah, the Works editions are just
the Works editions. Cowie's coming out with one this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard they're dropping one this year.
Ooh, that's gonna be sick.
But how beautiful do those Honda Works editions look, though?
Dude,
it's a thing for red, man.
Honestly, I might be going red, Brandon. I might be a Honda guy, man. That new 250F has my name all over it, dude.
That's what everybody's been saying. I've heard a lot of people say that. It's like a really good looking bike. Like, I saw it. It doesn't seem any different than the 450, really. But yeah, it's. I mean, I've always thought they were beautiful bikes. I've always been a red guy for sure.
I never have. I've been Yamaha and Cowie like since forever, but dude, if the price is right, if the bottom end is as good as it is to pull my fat ass around, I'm all on board, dude.
The price is right, and then they're last, and it's a Honda, man. You can't beat that. It's like buying a Toyota.
Oh, dude, sure.
They'll run for forever.
For sure, man.
And Hunter Lawrence is way back there too. He hasn't seemed to be moving up, and I know he's saying about helping his brother in this championship, but he's not. Not much help today.
Not making any noise. So when we're super late in the motos like this, like obviously everyone's fatigued, everyone's tired, especially people that are battling back and forth like a Moseman or a Jet or someone like that. Like how do you guys like dig deep and like and push through the rest of the moto? Like what's some of the thought process that goes behind that?
I can only speak from my experience, dude.
Yeah.
After halfway, I was so smoked. I was just basically hanging on. So, but I mean, that was a shock because from what you're used to. You're used to going. I mean, Loretta's even feels as long as an amateur when you do that once a year. That's only 20. So, I think you just need more time doing it. I think basically I think they're setting a pace and just holding on. I think they're all tired though. I don't think anyone out there is comfortable.
No, they definitely look like they are. I think it's a breathing thing and kind of getting your head back into the right space. Of course, like I never got to do 30-minute motos like Ian did.
Yeah.
So just watching and like going and doing like long motos and training and stuff, you can hit a wall sometimes where you feel like you can't hold on anymore.
Yeah.
And then once you find like a comfortable flow a little bit, like you can kind of loosen up your hands and not really hold on and ride so tight, you can kind of ride yourself back into like a place where like it's almost like getting a runner's high essentially. Like when you start that run at first, like you're kind of struggling, and then like all right, you find your stride and you're just like back into this flow and you're doing what you need to do and you're super comfortable, and it kind of helps get that second half over with. But that's also speaking from never doing a 30+2 before.
Dude,
100%, dude. No, that's correct. I just feel like not many guys have reached that at this level of like when they're racing pro nationals. Like I think probably Stewart and Carmichael did, but I think that Justin Cooper's and Jet Lawrence they're probably have arm pump right now and just freaking hanging on, I would assume, dude.
Yeah,
it's like they're going so hard, man. Like no one, unless you have a 20-second lead, you're not going to be chilling. You're going to be freaking pushing, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
And Lawrence has a nice little cushion, but he's still going to push, you know.
Yeah, he's definitely going to manage this race, but Shimoda's brought that gap down quite a bit.
He did, dude. Wow, like what? How many seconds so far? I just hit 2 laps, dude. Where are you at? Is the race over? You're at 2 laps as well?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm about the same.
We have to give a shout out to Brandon Scherer as well this race before.
Yeah, where is he? Where's
he's in 12th right now? He's been in front of Hunter Lawrence and Hampshire like this whole race. He's in 12th.
Atta boy, dude.
That's a beautiful race. I wish I would have picked him for my fantasy team.
I gave up on my fantasy for outdoors. I'm like, you know what? It's not looking good for me right now.
You know, what's funny is like I actually thought about doing like the pay for one, like the $100 industry idiots thing. Because I'm foolishly think I'm good at this fantasy thing. And then like I've done 3 races this year where I completely forgot to select a team. Like I told myself to pick it and then I just didn't do it. And it made me so happy I didn't pay that money because it was like, damn, like I'd be so pissed if I'd done that. I had a race where I was 25th. I got 25th. It's my best finish so far.
Yeah.
That was really good.
25th, dude?
Yeah. And Pulpamex Fantasy had like what, 10,000 something people?
Dude. That's
dude, I know a kid who won a bike from doing that stuff. He won a brand new KX250, dude.
Ooh. Lucky.
Dude, I love how Jet's jumping into the ruts, like sitting all with his feet on the page. It looks so sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been trying to work on that, but it's so difficult to do this, man. Like
he might not be tired, dude. I mean, I guess it depends on how gnarly you are, dude. But I just know that when I was first starting, I was so tired doing these motos. Now in practice, I could do it, but just racing was a different freaking ball game, dude.
Yeah.
And I think there's a difference between tired and arm pump too. Arm pump that can be solved, and tired's like an endurance cardio thing where you probably haven't put the work in, or it's too hot, or whatever it may be. So I think with him, he's done this so many times. Like I said, he's been racing EMX. He's been doing these.
The motos over there are already long, dude. So
yeah, he's already been doing this since like 14 or 15 years old.
Yeah, so and he's probably an anomaly right now. The kid's a savage.
Jeez.
He knows how to manage these things.
Yeah,
I can tell you he's not tired. And that's Joe Shimoda.
Where do you see Jet being in like the next 5 years? Like, do you think he's gonna be that guy that eclipses like a Dungey or a Roxon? Do you see him being like the next Carmichael, the next Stu? Like, where do you guys see him in the next 5 years?
I mean, whatever he wants. I don't know. I guess I personally don't think we'll see another. I think the next guy to be like Stewart or Carmichael will be Cincerello. That's who I think will. I don't know anyone else. I'm not sure. It could be anyone, but I just feel like Cincerello is the one that could be it.
I don't see it.
You don't see it? Why?
I don't. I think he's got the speed. He just can't keep the shining side up, man.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if you look at his past, though, look at his results. How much, like, no one's won like he's won before, dude, as an amateur. That's in there right now.
Well, yeah, amateur doesn't matter, though.
Well, I mean, still.
Think about it. He's only got one championship right now. Think about how many championships like Carmichael and Stu had coming out of 125s, and then how many race wins they had back then, too.
Yeah, but
they were only there for 3 years, and Cincerello was in the 250 class for like 6. Essentially, he turned pro in 2014. So 5 years or so. And then, I don't know. I think the careers are a little bit shorter now too. I mean,
yeah,
Carmichael and Stu had a pretty short career, but they were winning like right away, essentially. Like they were always winning.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess to do that, you got to start out winning. He kind of blew it already.
I don't think we really appreciated how good like they were during that time because it was so boring. It just seemed like they made it so easy and they were just beating the crap out of everybody. But when you watch it now, it's tough to see somebody go win Supercross and outdoors It's tough to see somebody be so dominant like Stewart was on 125s, how he could just come from dead last to first.
Yeah.
Same thing with Carmichael on a 450. He could come from pretty much dead last to at least second or third.
Yep. Oh,
and
for
not
sure.
many people do that. And
I will say, I think it just has to do with the progression of the sport as well, because the gap between Carmichael and Stu and everybody else was this, and now they've risen that level up so high where I think gone are the days when someone's winning by 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 30
that's probably gone, right?
I mean, because these kids are so close. They're all coming from GPF, MTF, MXGP.
It's just a numbers game. Like the formula to become a good motocross rider is becoming more clear, so people are just falling in line.
Yeah, for sure. We just saw Jet take that win. It looks like Shimoda's going to get a second. Congrats to Shimoda and the PC squad. And should be Moseman. Yep, Moseman in third. So that was an awesome race. Super exciting start to finish. I mean, the battle between Martin, dude. Oh my gosh. I hope he's okay. It's a bummer to see him go down. I would have loved to have seen what he could do for a couple more laps. Just him and Jet battling back and forth. That would have been freaking cool, man.
Dude, I like this track, man.
Did you guys see Jet come off the track and just chug this ball like he couldn't get it into his system fast enough? That was great. It must be super hot out there right now.
Yeah,
dude. Humid. Where's this place at? Indiana, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever raced there or been to that state before.
Yeah, dude, it is. Jeez, this guy's drinking that water. Holy crap!
Well, let's see how hot it is there right now, dude.
Well, they're like down in
and you're kind of in a bowl. Yeah, yep, exactly.
Yeah, they're just getting cooked down there.
Yeah, it's 88 degrees right now in Indianapolis, dude. So
I'm sure the humidity is just crazy too.
Dude, they're just like, dude, that's oh my god, dude,
just like
I'm just not gonna see Jet squeeze out water bottle,
dude. Like it's the antidote, man.
He's definitely saying the F word a lot, dude.
Oh, for sure. If you guys are just tuning in, we're doing a TCE Motocross watch party for the first Motos of Ironman. I'm joined by Brandon Winfield as well as Ian Trettel, and we're chatting all about the first Motos. Of course, I'm Dave Drakes with the Collective Experience, and we love doing this stuff. We love chatting with everybody, talking to everyone in the chat. We love watching these races live, and got some really good guys to talk about it this week. I'm going to start throwing up some promo codes in the chat for everybody too that's watching, whether you're watching live or watching the recording of this. I got to say a huge shout out to, of course, the people at FXR Moto, Overshare Advice and Planning, Intake Breathing Systems, and Flow Vision Goggles. You're going to see a lot of promo codes being thrown up, especially for EVS, Moto Tape, stuff like that. The list goes on and on for all the promo codes that we have. So check them out. Hope you guys use them, and let us know what you think, of course, in the comments. And hit the subscribe button. Check out Ian's channel, and be sure to give Brandon a follow as well on Instagram. Brandon, what's your Instagram?
Yeah, Brandon, link your stuff, dude.
BMW.
Right. Yeah, you don't got to write it down, dude. It's only 3 letters. Yeah.
Well, I want to make sure people heard the M and not like an N or anything like that.
Okay.
We got to make sure you get it right. I got to get my followers up.
Yeah, check out Brandon's stuff. He's got some cool stuff in the works, man. Really gonna make a difference, helping people get more accessible, and love the idea that you have, Brandon. Where'd you come up with the whole concept for that deal, Brandon? Like, and for people who might not be familiar with it, talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, so I got hurt when I was 14 years old racing. I was actually at an area qualifier for Loretta's in Tennessee. This is kind of like back when spinal cord injuries weren't that prevalent, but they were out there. Of course, David Bailey had been hurt. And then right around the time, a guy named James Marshall got hurt, Chase Borders.
Yep.
And then I think, or Fonseca had just gotten hurt as well. And so it wasn't something you really thought about. And then, it ended up happening. I was like, oh shit, like I can't feel my legs. Like, this is crazy. This is actually happening. And it ended up, as I learned about spinal cord injuries, I'm a complete injury, which means I'm never supposed to get anything back. I'm not supposed to really recover too much. And I kind of took that, and we all knew the risk, or know the risk of what we're doing riding dirt bikes. And I've been hurt before, and I just decided I wanted to keep living my life. I was 14, getting ready to be 16 in a couple of years. I wanted to go out with girls, wanted to get my license.
Yeah.
Wanted to go have fun. And while I was on that kind of adventure in that path, I was just met with a whole bunch of hurdles when it came to accessibility. as far as sidewalks, just getting upstairs to entrances, using the bathroom, the interior space being too tight and narrow to navigate. And I kind of felt like a burden to the people I was traveling with. And, you know, I always didn't want that attention to be on me with somebody trying to help me into a place. And I just felt that there had to be some sort of way to get this information like at our fingertips. Like, why wasn't there a Yelp for accessibility?
Yeah.
And that's what I ended up creating, was something that was fun, that showed people where to go, have a good time. And, you know, it's called iAccess Life. And we launched in 2019, and we're in the full startup grind and journey right now. It's a lot of fun. It's very stressful, but a lot of good things on it. We're looking forward to it.
That's so rad, man. I think that's so much needed. And you and I talked a little bit before we started recording, Brandon, is like, it's people don't really think about that at the forefront of their minds. And it's like, it's such a big thing for people like yourself to need it, you know? And I think the more awareness we bring, the more people are going to start, you know, making this a priority for their businesses or for their programs. And we can make a lot of change, a lot of impactful, positive difference for people.
Exactly. And it's just like I was telling you, it's just something that you don't think about until you have to kind of experience it. I mean, you don't know what somebody needs in general unless you're them. And then speaking of disabilities, you don't know how somebody in a wheelchair navigates and what they have to do to get into a bathroom or things of that nature. So even for me being in a push wheelchair, I don't know what some other people in push wheelchairs need. Like their level of injury is different. Their ability to get around is different. So it's just a learning experience. And what we're trying to raise awareness about is how being accessible just opens yourself up to so many different demographics of people, and also the friends and family. We don't tend to travel alone. So it's just something good to keep in the back of your mind when you have a business.
Oh, 100%. So guys, again, be sure to check out everything that Brandon's got going on. And we're going to link him below as well for you guys, so everybody can check it out. Andrew Wilson in the comments says, howdy, I still think it's crazy Cody still doesn't have a single whole shot in SX main event or outdoor moto. Andrew, I kind of have to agree, man. Cody is he's been really, really solid. He's referring to Cody Shock. Hopefully you are, Andrew. Let me know if you're not. And dude, the guy has been so freaking fast as we transition over to 450s. Let me back up a little bit. Guy's been so solid, so fast, and he's on the radar of a lot of different people. Have you guys been following along with Cody Shock in his whole outdoor and 2021 season?
Absolutely. What about you, Ian?
No, where's he from?
He's up from the Northeast area, actually. I remember ride KTMs back in the day. Like number 319 back in the day. He was pretty good. Nothing like that to write home about. I definitely did not see what he's doing now as his future back then, but he's really progressed over the last 2 years. We can kind of see some
Brandon's Wi-Fi getting shoddy.
Yo, Brandon, I think he might be cutting out. Yeah.
Brandon, I think your Wi-Fi is getting shoddy.
Yeah.
He'll tune back in. We'll get him going.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. But yeah.
It wouldn't be
some of those New England guys, some of the Northeast guys, I'm not familiar with. Because I haven't been around them enough. Like when I was training in Florida, I knew a lot of Rod Bell and them. Some of those privateer guys coming up, but some of the newer guys I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. My buddy was outside trying to set up the TV to watch the race out there so he could turn it up and hear the volume. I think he caught me over to the Bluetooth over there.
Okay, no worries.
I don't know where I cut off at, but yeah, Shock is really impressive. Like I said, I didn't see a lot of this happening back when he was number 319 on a KTM coming up. So it's super impressive. He really believes in himself now as like a top 10 guy. He's really showing out the starts and the way he's riding the bike. So hopefully he can get a legitimate ride here soon on a 250 and show some more potential there.
Definitely. 100%. I agree with that. If you guys again are tuning in, be sure to check out the live chat that we have scrolling on YouTube. We've got a bunch of promo codes that we just threw up there for all you guys to enjoy with your friends and family. We've got a few more promo codes too, but you can only get those if you join the collective experience for one of our cool VIP immersive experiences or our internship programs, which gets you hooked up into the sport like never before. We've had so many people get their start with our program, whether they are mechanics, gear guys, brand representatives, or vloggers and filmers for things like Feld Supercross. Check it out, and we can get you hooked up like you have never imagined before. The connections are second to none, and I'm honestly jealous of half the interns that come through on their cool connections. So be sure to get the experience that you guys need to go further in the sport with the collective experience. As we roll over into the 450 class, do you think there's any hope right now for Roczen to, I guess, sort of salvage the championship hopes? Like, it's really difficult right now for him to make up that huge points gap. But do you think Roczen can? Does he have a shot in hell of getting that points whittled down to be within striking distance?
I don't think so. I don't think so. He's riding really well, but
dude,
he's gonna
anything's possible, man. Like what these crazy stuff happens all the time in championships.
Exactly. I was going to say.
I mean, theoretically it shouldn't happen. It's not ideal, but still, you never know, dude. You never know.
He's going to need for Ferrandis to have another.
He'll need some extra help for sure outside of his ability.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It is a bummer to see a guy of Roczen's caliber though, like, be so far down in points, especially when he's winning half these damn races. But I think, like he mentioned it before, his bad races were just god awful, horrendous, man. I think, what was France's worst finish? A third?
Like a fifth or fourth or something.
Something stupid good. So, man, consistency really is the name of the game when you're at that level, man.
Very Dungy-esque this year so far. I
Very
don't know if you got to watch qualifying last week in a Bud's Creek, but he had his chain come off in like the second qualifying session. And it was like, well, got that out of the way before the first moto. That could have been bad. One more session out there and that chain has been done in the first moto.
Dude. Yeah, hey, Ian, you're right, man. Things can happen.
You never know. Did you guys see those videos of Lawrence that he posted? Those Lawrence, did you guys follow Jason Lawrence on Instagram?
Yep.
Did you see those clips he posted of him in Supercross and outdoors?
Yeah.
Dude, he was so gnarly, man. He was so sick. I want to get him on the podcast. I've been messaging him. I want him to do it, dude.
Has he been responding to you?
He hasn't yet, dude, but I'll get him.
Dude,
he commented on one of my videos one time about it. He was like, yo, I like your videos. And so like I rode with him a lot growing up and stuff. We did Tishner schools together.
Oh, rad.
And so like I know I just like he's I don't know. Figured out we'll get him eventually. Dude, that'd be funny because he was so fast and he wasn't training at all and he was just killing it, dude.
Yeah.
And that's all mental. That's sort of part of the mental. He knew he was good. That was all in his head. Dude's
just so gnarly, man. So freaking gnarly. He got into Dungy's head so much.
Oh my man. Do you remember when he would? Oh yeah, he would just like mess with them on camera and stuff. And
yeah.
And he even was remember he was battling with Villapoto in outdoors, dude, like 30-minute motos battling with Villapoto.
Yeah.
And Villapoto had a full-time trainer, Randy Lawrence.
Yep.
And freaking Jason is just basically just doing 230s a day and just hanging out and doing whatever, dude.
Just eating whatever he wants to.
And he would not be just competitive, but actually beat him sometimes, dude. Like catch and pass him and beat him. That's insane, dude. That doesn't mean that'll work for everybody. I'm just saying that it's possible to be that mentally, I guess, just freaking powerful that you can somehow it doesn't matter. You just push yourself beyond what you can do normally.
I agree, man. That's just it.
How else do you explain that, dude?
I don't know. I think like we talked about, dude, it's just like, it's all mental, dude. If you're relaxed in your head and you know you're a badass and you have what it takes, dude, like, I just think he just crushes it, just doesn't really care, just knows he's the man and just makes it happen.
Hey, have we ever talked about the graded gates before? I
don't think so.
What are your thoughts on this, dude? I've been thinking about this. My opinion's going to be as relevant as I can because I've never done it on myself. I'm just comparing what it would be like to start on really, really like sticky concrete. Yeah. But essentially, like, the whole idea of traction control is eliminated. So it's just a matter. It's like almost just it's reaction control and then shift. You know what I'm saying? Like it sort of takes away the like getting a good rut. Like, I don't know, some of that gate pick stuff. It was hard to find a good rut when there was gate picks involved.
Yeah.
And when there wasn't any, I don't know. It's a weird. It would be. I'm interested to see what I would want to know if it's being more fair, make that lane because you have random people getting hole shots, or it's better because you always have a chance to get a good start no matter where you are.
Yeah.
I don't know, because you still got to think about the rut out of the gate at the same time. That's usually the one that really messes.
Yeah, but how much? Are they getting big ruts out of the grate though? I haven't been to a track and seen one, so I don't know.
Yeah, because I think they go from traction to spinning, which makes the rut really deep too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so it still digs in deep.
Oh yeah.
What I've heard from a few guys is that like it almost takes like the prowess, the skill and tactical knowledge of a smooth start on dirt, kind of dumps it out the window, because like now you hold it wide open, you dump, and you're gonna get traction no matter what. So
exactly.
It's almost turning into like a horsepower game at this point. You know what I mean?
Well, what it's turned into, and like I remember Sexton talking about it with his bike, was getting to the right RPMs and not just like some people used to just hold it wide open, like you said, just dump it and go.
Yeah.
But there's really like a fine place where you can kind of crack the throttle a quarter way open, maybe closer to halfway open.
Yeah.
And then have a little bit more, like where you can usually feed the clutch and kind of play with the clutch right outside of the gate. And it's now like it's like a science thing. It's a data
So it's
thing.
more of like a mechanical thing, dude. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having they have the start mapping essentially. They can flip back and forth between the start map and then the race map. So start map will only let them hit so many RPMs that they just have to kind of figure out what's good. And it kind of, like you said, it kind of dumbs it down a little bit, but it still takes some skill.
It adds some different skills. Yeah, that's cool.
Shout out to Matt Jensen checking in. What's going on, Matt? Hope you're enjoying the race like we are. We're just geeking out over here, dude. It's been a really good 250. Amped to see what the 450 brings.
Hey, what kind of track? Whose track do you think this is right now? I feel like this is Roxon's track, dude.
I do too.
I think it would be a Plessinger track if he wasn't so hurt too.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I would love to see him.
He's from this area, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Ohio boy, so close enough to Indiana.
Yeah, Brandon knows him. Brandon talks to him. I don't know as well Brandon knows, but yeah, he rode around. He rode a lot. He raced a lot around here me growing up in North Carolina.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because he started in Ohio, then moved down to Georgia. His parents bought, I think it was Paradise Off Road, which is like a track down near Macon, Warner Robins, Georgia, and they ran that for a little bit. And that's what brought him down here. And especially the weather up there wasn't always that great for what he was trying to do. So we adopted him. He's our second son, essentially.
Yeah, it seems like he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he's great. He's just one of those guys that, he's a Jet Lawrence, but maybe just more laid back and a little bit more redneck and country, and dresses terribly. And I'll say that out loud because I can say that to him. But yeah, it's funny. He's just one of those guys that's just himself, unapologetically. Essentially, he's just him. You can't knock that. People love it.
That's awesome. Yeah. I did a video with him, training some kids and stuff, and asked him how to get, how kids could get sponsored, and asking him a bunch of questions, dude. And it was just, his responses were so funny, dude. Like just super laid back and just chill, and like taught every single kid like they were like one of his own. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't get much better than that, man.
Yeah, he'll treat everybody like that too. You come up just to have a random conversation with him.
Yeah,
he'll talk to you like you're his buddy that he's known for a few years now.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely once he starts winning race, I don't know. So I think the whole Red Bull KTM thing is done, which is I'm kind of on the fence about, because I was really happy to see him start to click with the Yamaha, and he seems so comfortable on it right now.
Yeah. And
it's like the year that he gets going on that, now he's about to switch over and have to learn something new. But
yeah,
we've seen how well that program works, at least in the 450 class. So hopefully it does the same for him, and it's kind of like a linear thing, and he just keeps steadily progressing.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you guys think is going to get the whole shot?
Yeah. I think who's had some really good ones lately?
Oh man, dude.
I feel like whole shot's probably going to go to like Cooper. Yeah, I was going to say KTM guy. Cooper's had some solid starts this year.
What's Mooskin? Is he healthy right now?
No, dude, he got COVID.
For real?
Yeah,
so he's not even racing.
No, he's out this week. Speaking of that,
how do you pronounce that kid's name, dude? I say, is it Mooskin or is it Must? Like, what the heck is it, dude?
I thought I heard him say Mooskin.
Because everyone says something different, man.
Moosquin.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not sure what Mooskin. I'm not sure what's going on, dude.
We know if you say it remotely right, we know who you're talking about. So
you're gonna say Marvin, dude.
Yeah, just Marv.
Yeah, Marvin, dude.
But dude, so did you hear that Oh, did we lose Brandon?
Did we?
I think so. Maybe he hopped off.
Go get back in. Yeah, let's just guess.
Yeah, but did you hear that they got GL quit, man? GL's not on the broadcast anymore. Langston quit, dude.
Oh, he was getting good too. I thought he was doing a pretty good job, dude.
He was honestly one of my favorite parts about watching this thing with the sound on. Like, he was phenomenal. Him and Wygant back and forth, absolute like magic.
I still think Wygant's a champ at this, dude. I watch him go on rants. I don't know how he does it, man. I just watch him talk for 20 minutes about nothing, and it's so interesting to watch. He's the dude's a beast. He just can talk forever.
Oh, for sure. But yeah. I guess there's if you watch GL's IG story or IG post, someone in the broadcast area got like COVID, and they were saying, hey, you guys can't like broadcast for like, you know, a couple weeks till you meet the quarantine requirement, whatever it is. And I guess even though he showed a negative test, he doesn't have the vaccine, and they were still kind of giving him crap about it. So
crap, dude.
Which, I mean, you know, I get it. I get both sides, dude.
Yeah. It's a weird thing, dude.
It is. It's a super
weird thing.
But regardless of the reason, I'm just
Winfield's back.
Yeah, there we go. About that, guys. Forgot my phone was on. My phone was on this last leg.
You're good. But yeah, regardless of the reason he's not there anymore, dude, it's just I'm bummed to see GL just not there, man. Like, it's just he made these races for me, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't? Did you hear why he's not there?
Yeah, he made a post about the whole COVID deal, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah. I mean, I like having Emmett back. I've missed Emmett because we used to have him for Supercross, and I've been having his voice up there, so it's kind of cool having him back for this race. I think he's got a lot of great insight as well.
Oh, for sure. I like GL so much, man. Like, all the other guys are great, but I just like GL so much. I thought he was just tailor made for that position, you know.
Yeah, he's definitely somebody that speaks their mind, for sure, and not afraid to say what
he's one of the only guys that's like pretty relevant racing wise. That's like speaking from someone who just raced recently and has done some legit stuff and raced some good guys, dude.
Yeah.
His career is very underrated, honestly.
Everyone talking, yeah.
He got a MX2 title over in the GPs. Then he came over here and won an outdoor title, won 2 Supercross titles, a Pro Circuit, won a 250 title outdoors as well.
Yeah.
So he's done a lot. Definitely like a very underrated racer for sure. And he has no ties to a brand like Jeff Emick does or somebody else does. Like, he can just kind of say what he wants.
Oh, definitely.
He has that motorcycle, so he doesn't really care.
Definitely. They're showing AC.
Speaking of, he's our trivia question answer.
What? Oh, really?
Who was the last Premier Class rider to win who was the last rider on Yamaha to win a Premier Class championship?
Yep,
Langston,
man. That was a while ago, dude. Holy crap!
You know what's been even longer?
What's that?
A Honda championship.
Has it been since class. Ricky?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, dude.
The curse of the great Bambino.
Oh my gosh, man.
It's sad. It's hard being a Honda guy and not seeing him win. And when Roxon came, I thought it was it, and then he just destroyed his arm that first year and hasn't materialized yet. But hopefully, Jets are great white.
You know, right? You gotta imagine that, like, if Roxon never had that injury, he was gonna win that Supercross title like early, man. He was just in a whole different league, and then he would have taken that momentum, brought that outdoors, all that confidence, and it would have been over, dude.
Yeah, you gotta remember he was the outdoor champion the year before too.
Exactly,
dude.
Exactly.
I almost think that the careers of these riders are like similar to a Moto would be like too. It's like there's a flow to it, and some guys get lucky breaks, some guys don't. Like, you look at Kennard and Wilson, who were all clearly really good, but just had some really bad luck, and it kind of ruined their momentum.
Yeah.
Like, what are you supposed to do, man? Like, Wilson is insanely good, but he just freaking had some bad injuries and set him back, and he just lost that momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes me appreciate. Oh man. I guess you guys aren't even caught up yet, but you'll see something in a second.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, I think that's what makes me appreciate these championships even more. Though, is like seeing all those guys like Kevin Windham, that was really good. Could have put it together for Premier Class title. You know, Dannon Bradshaw's one of those guys. Like, there's a lot of guys that have tried, and it's been like the Dungies and Villacotas and all these guys that have stepped up and done it consistently every year, which is really hard to do.
Oh my God, dude. We finally got to see Jeremy's crash.
Yeah, they showed it a couple times.
Yeah, they showed it a couple times. Yeah. You see him in the soft sling that he had on there, little soft cast.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he's going to be back for that second moto.
Oh, Matt Jensen, dude, my bad. Yeah, send me another DM, dude, with the address, and I'll get that out to you. Like, I had a pile of all the giveaway prize packs, and I don't know what happened, dude. Like, half of them like ended up getting shuffled around, and yeah, just send me another DM, and we'll get you hooked up, Matt. Yeah, sorry about that, dude. And I'll throw in a little extra for you for having to wait, man. But all the stuff getting out was just so delayed. So, but yeah, guys, I normally do like some giveaways and stuff, and I still owe Matt one from Supercross, so we'll get that going for you, buddy. Thanks for reminding me, man.
Last time, who I thought was going to get the whole shot.
Let's see. We're about to go sideways on my computer. And ooh,
is it a different link, dude? What am I doing wrong here?
Let's see. Oh, holy crap! Yeah, I did not. Well, we did say KTM, Brandon. So you and I were kind of right.
Yeah, Cooper be getting good starts. Makes sense another one gets another good start.
Exactly. Oh, dude, Ferrandis is there already. Oh, gosh. Yeah, this is
somebody else up there as well. That's going to be a problem, I think.
Ooh, look at that big number 3, man.
Yeah, that's the one. That's
big
the guy.
Number 3. And the track, this track does get kind of gnarly, especially the sections before the finish line. So Tomac could just beast the whole way through.
I think so. I think this is his chance to finally win an overall this year. This is a good chance for him.
And there's Tomac. Yep, there's Tomac going around. Oh, dude, Tomac's just so crazy fast, man.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh.
Dude, I like Savatgy, man. I think he's really good.
Oh yeah, Savatgy's.
He's got really good riding style.
Yeah. Do you think he gels as well with that KTM as he did on his Lights 250?
I think he looks better in the KTM.
Me too. I think he looks better on this KTM than he did.
He rode. Remember that team he rode for it when he was in Lights class?
JDR.
Yeah, that one J Star, whatever it was. Yeah, he did good on that team too as a KTM.
Oh, nice, dude. Look at Kenny slicing through around Tomac.
Oh yeah. Just wait.
Dude, holy, how did he do that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude. What?
There's so many guys in this class. We never knew that Savatgy had this kind of. Well, I mean, I kind of figured he did, but you never consider it, dude.
Oh my gosh, dude. Kenny is
track is kind of smooth right now, though. I think.
Animal.
Yeah. Ian called this. This is a Kenny track right here.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, I know where you guys are at right now.
Oh, dude, how is Kenny doing this?
Yeah, it's gonna get so rough too. This track's gonna get gnarly,
dude.
Yeah.
Let's see what Fernandez has, man. Jace
Kessler with a good start as well.
Holy crap, dude. Yeah. Shout out to the number 800, man. Him and LeMay's top 10 right now as well.
Yeah.
Oh, man, dude.
I got Chiz up there in the top 10 as well.
Chiz just chizzing, man.
All the time.
Dude. Just chizzing all over everybody.
Dude, the Chiz. Team Chiz.
Kenny's out front. Dude, you gotta be kidding.
Boxing's gone, dude.
If Kenny didn't have those bad rides, dude, he'd be so much closer in the championship.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh, man.
Wow. He looks insane right now, too. Oh, man. What do you think Tomac's bike looks like compared to these guys, dude?
What's that?
What do you think Tomac's bike looks like compared to these guys in front of him?
I think his bike is solid, dude. You gotta remember, like, Cowie won the title year after year after year with Villapoto for a while, and he's won it on that same bike the last couple of seasons. So, the bike is good. I'm sure he's got more power than he needs. I think the thing handles really well, corners really well. I don't know. I just think these guys are just next level. Oh, Ferrandis getting Kenny back.
Yeah,
I think Roxon's bike is gnarly.
Yeah, Honda and Sexton's bikes look the best.
Yeah, I think those Hondas look insane right now. Even lights too. So it's all that. It's all that just factory stuff they're getting. It works.
Yeah.
What is it? What's Honda's a Showa?
Showa.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gnarly.
Dude,
Yeah.
Those guys are so smart.
Yeah, their bikes the Hondas they do look stable. I will say that. Like you never see them kicking around or bucking around or anything.
They look really good under braking. They look really good in the bumps. They just it seems like they're always getting power to the ground and tracking really well. And that could just be riding styles too, but the chassis just looks fantastic.
Oh, definitely. Gosh, Kenny's corner speed is just out of this world, man.
You guys like the aerial view?
I think it's cool.
Kind of cool. I like it. Dude.
Yeah.
It's weird. But it's different. It's hard to keep track of where.
So I like it because it shows the rubber banding of those guys kind of like doing this.
Yeah, you can see the speed. Yeah, you can definitely see speed.
But I like the close-ups, man. I want to see these guys like hitting some corners and doing some cool stuff, man.
Yeah, but this track has good coverage when they're doing it right. I like how they're.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't have good coverage of these races.
Yeah, we've got ourselves a race here, boys. It's gonna be fun.
My gosh. Have we seen Tomac up front like this yet?
Yeah, a few times. He's got a couple race wins. It's kind of been like where he's gone out in the second moto and kind of checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We got like all three of these guys right here. It's weird. Like the last race that we saw him at Budds Creek, I thought in that second moto he was gonna be the guy to beat. Like he was coming up on Sexton, Roxon, and Ferrandis, and I thought he was gonna pass them all. And then Ferrandis ended up being the one to get to the lead. And Tomac kind of died out. He never ended up getting Roxon. So that was kind of surprising to me. Got a chance to redeem himself now, though. See if he can do it today.
Yeah, for sure. It's cool that Ferrandis is actually willing to fight Roxon instead of just being like, you know what, I've got a 2-race point lead, whatever. Like he's actually like, no, I want to still put on a good show and still fight for these wins.
What time are you at, Dave?
23:44.
All right, cool.
Where you at?
I'm same place.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like exactly 30 seconds ahead of you guys.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, these guys are just.
So this track looks like it's got some sand in it. I'm trying to figure out sort of what.
I think it's mulch. It's like sawdust.
It's like that Daniel Boone, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember that place?
It's a whole bunch of sawdust. Yeah.
Is that a Florida track?
No, it's in freaking Kentucky, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went there like on 80s one. I don't know. I'm not sure when, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have like areas, and I don't know if they've ever held a regional before, but they used to run areas a lot.
I think Ben Riddle has it now, dude.
Really? Wow. It's a name I haven't heard for a long time.
I know, right?
Man, these guys are still like, I thought for sure they would have dropped Tomac by now based on the early of the season, but he's staying right with them. That's cool.
Think those shadows are bad? I bet you they are.
You know who's actually? I'm a little bit ahead of you guys, but there's somebody coming into this race, and I'm pretty stoked on it. It's the number 2 bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can see him kind of coming into frame.
In there.
Yeah.
Like he's not there, but he's not getting dropped like these 3 guys tend to drop everybody else. It looks racy today.
How do you think Ferrandis will do in Supercross next year? I know it's a little bit thinking in the future, but do you think because he's like really bested these guys all season long that he'll be a different rider come Supercross time?
I think so. He's got a year under his belt now, so hopefully he can minimize some of the mistakes that he was making his first year. Yeah. And then he's going to have a lot of confidence once he wins this championship and goes, hey, I am one of those guys. I just got to do it indoors. They're almost 2 completely different sports, so it's kind of hard to say. I think Cooper's still going to be the guy to beat. I think just mentally and the way that the KTM set up for Supercross so well, he's going to be really hard to beat next year. So, but Ferrandis does have some raw speed.
Yeah.
Exciting here real quick in a second for you guys.
Oh, that downhill is.
Did you just see that?
No, I didn't see anything. What happened?
Oh, okay.
Roxon got in the back of Ferrandis.
Yeah, jumping or whatever it is. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, missed that.
just messed up the rut a little bit, and Robson kind of came into the inside of his back wheel and was able to hit that big tabletop down the hill.
Okay.
Tomac is pulling up on Roxon too.
Yeah. I think he might be getting sick of being roosted.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like,
I see it.
For me, Cooper's pulling up on Tomac.
Oh, he is. Less than a second.
Hey, Matt Jensen says a great battle brewing. Dude, we got a 4-person battle coming. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and this race is just getting started too. Only 10 minutes in.
And there's like, dude, look at the top 10. It's insane. Everyone's battling right now.
Yeah, we're unfortunately missing some guys. Like, I wish Anderson was back out there. I'm excited to see what he does next year on a Cowie.
Yeah,
That could be interesting to see. Barsha was starting to look good as well all year. And he's always exciting to watch when he's feeling himself.
Yeah, I loved watching him in Supercross, man, on the new gas. He looked awesome.
Yeah,
Barsha's a beast, dude.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, like, when you see a guy like Barsha. I know Ian's raced with him quite a bit. And I've been on the track with him. I haven't really raced with him, but I've been on the same track. And how fast he goes, and then he can still get beat by 30 seconds by the end of the moto by Ferrandis or somebody like that. So it's just like, how fast are these guys going?
They're in a whole other level, man. Yeah, so it looks like Matt agrees with you, Brandon. Cooper seems to be like he's catching these guys, and he's riding really, really good today.
I hope he can keep that pace. It's still early, like I said, but I know Cooper's in shape. Just got to keep going with him.
Yeah, for sure.
I think one of Cooper's main strong suits is not making mistakes, but it really kind of has been the case here outdoors. I think he made a few mistakes that's kind of dropped him back. So, and he's there.
Yep, for sure. So I have a quick question for the chat. Who had a more surprising year in your eyes, Dylan Ferrandis or Eli Tomac? And now those are two different types of surprises, but who is more surprising to you guys? And I throw the question to you too, Ian and Brandon. Like, who do you think is more surprising this year?
I'd say for me, it's Tomac. The fact that he hasn't performed the way, like, he doesn't have an overall yet. I think he would have gotten one by now. Definitely the way his year started didn't look it'd be this good towards the end. It was a little worrisome, but he is a 3-time champ and he knows how to win these races. So it's not a surprise to see him back fighting for it. But I always kind of thought Ferrandis would do this. He's a GP guy. He can ride outdoors. He showed promise in Supercross. He had just won the outdoor championship last year on the 250. And I don't think he's ever lacked for speed. So it wasn't surprising to see him come out and kind of be one of those front runners. I'm surprised at his consistency, though.
I will agree with that. I think Ferrandis never shocked me when it comes to his speed. Like, I've always been a huge fan of his. Like, I expected him to do stuff like this for years. But I will say, just Tomac being a guy, and anybody that Stewart endorses as the guy that should be winning all the time, then he's the badass. You know what I mean? And the fact that he has not been there, and he's let the points gap get away from him. It's crazy to me, man. It's very, very shocking. What say you, Ian? You agree?
I do agree with most of that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not as surprised at Tomac riding the way he is because just the nature of how he's been as a rider his whole freaking life. He's always been off and on, like since the time I've known him. Yeah. And so, but I am kind of surprised that Ferrandis isn't doing better than I thought I sort of figured he could dominate if he got clicked in.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like these guys are going so fast, they've been able to adapt and hang on. But I expected him to do well in outdoors because I think he's an impressive guy. I think he has an impressive routing style.
Yeah.
This is a race right now, boys.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 seconds back, but this is a race. And they are starting to drop Cooper a little bit.
Roxon's finding all kind of crazy lines right now. It's really nice to watch.
Yeah, I think that's one of Tomac's kryptonites is that he's still one of those guys that'll almost override the bike to a detriment where he buries himself a little bit some of these corners and make it stuck in some lines and not switch up.
Yeah, dude, I think he's too serious, man. I think he needs to chill out a little bit. Just relax his shoulders or something, dude. I think he's too tense, dude. But at the same time, it works sometimes. Sometimes he dominates, man. So who am I to say?
Yeah. I'm eager to see how he does on the Yamaha next year because those things are known to notoriously have more bottom end and be a little bit quicker. So I think it might work into his riding style a little bit, the way that he overrides, over jumps, over revs, does stuff of that nature. So I think it should be pretty exciting next year.
Yeah.
And he does flip the clutch a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, Tomac got around Kenny.
Yeah, that was a nice pass.
Yep. And we just got that poll up, guys. So be sure to hit who you think had a more surprising year between Tomac and Ferrandis. Let's see, 2013 for
identical, man.
Dude,
that's insane,
gosh. Dude. Crazy, huh?
Tomac's a 201, so Webb's slightly off.
Yeah.
I mean, really not. It's a wheel length, but
yeah. Shout out to Kessler and LeMay, dude. They're still running top 10 this far in the Moto.
That's going to be I think the future of this sport to freaking be successful to be top 10 and, making mains and getting top 10.
Yeah.
I think that's what people like Brayton did really well at, was just stay relevant for a long time.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
They were never crazy. They were never like stand out, but they were always relevant.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And had good rides for several years.
Yeah.
So we're halfway.
So we got Rod Bell in 15th. I think I saw Canning was top 22. A dude from up by me in Connecticut. Shout out to Canning, dude. Any privateer that can break that top 20 is gnarly. Also, shout out to Nathan Laporte, another cool privateer dude from out here in Milwaukee area. Got Cade Clayson in 17th and Jeremy Smith in 20th. All those privateers are looking really good.
Yeah. Surratt doing really well as well.
Yeah. Let's see. Friend is still not getting reeled in too much. Yeah, Meshie's right in the bubble, man. He's had a really good year so far.
That's a cool dude. I got the chance to meet him a few times. He's pretty cool.
Cool dude.
Yeah, I enjoy talking to him.
Yeah.
He's had a few motos in the points this year. It's been good.
Nice. Yeah, he's had a solid year. And what battle are we watching right now? That's it's a lapper.
From overhead?
Yeah.
I think it's still top 3.
Okay. I was like, it's a lapper. I saw a Honda out front of a Kawasaki for a little bit. And this is a fairly large track.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it flows really nice too.
Yeah, it does look like a fun track. I like this dirt texture as well. I mean, it's funny. There's some races on the series that I hate watching, like one being hangs down.
Yep.
I don't really like watching. Well, Apollo's all right because it's such a fun, fast flowing track, essentially.
Yeah.
But I didn't like watching Glen Helen that much.
Same.
Yeah, there's some tracks I like more to watch. And it's like, I think just because of the dirt, I would like just riding as far as traction and different lines and things of that nature.
Oh, for sure. I do think this track would be fun to ride, except for that huge uphill and then jumping down the hill after that 180. Like, yeah, you can keep that.
Man, I don't know. Those things are fun to me. Look like some big floaters. Once you figure out how to hit it, because a lot of these jumps are blind, especially the one going uphill. Once you kind of figure out where the landing is, it looks like it would be a lot of fun. Especially if you're not doing a 30-minute moto.
Yeah, I think I'm just being a big baby.
Dude, you need an outdoor national in the New England area. Those tracks get insane, dude.
Dude, for sure.
Like, what about like MX 207 or something, dude?
Oh, dude, a 207 national would be crazy. That track gets so beat.
I've never ridden there, but I've seen videos. Just all the videos of like Jimmy D and them riding it.
It's rad, dude. Like Jimmy D on the 2-stroke there.
Yeah.
I think they have the main event this weekend too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's racing it.
I don't know of any like big notable names, but I know a few good buddies of mine are out there racing. So
I think Jimmy's racing it. Yeah, I think.
Oh, is he? Oh, nice.
Yeah, doing some 125 stuff out there. I don't know if he's just messing around, but
nice, dude. Yeah, I saw him at Southwick and we talked for a little bit, man. It was good to see him out at a race. But yeah, I had no idea he was racing. That's good. It's rad to me that you guys know so many like local New England guys. That's
oh yeah. Well, I introduced Brandon to Cody Williams and then some of the and then Derek Almy and some of those guys. That's how he got linked up with some of that whole crew, because all those guys lived in Florida at Derek's house over the winter, dude.
Yeah,
that's how I met like Drew Torrance and freaking Babbitt and all those freaking guys, dude.
Yeah,
and those guys are awesome. I love those guys. Are so funny, man. They're hilarious,
dude. Yeah, they're a riot, dude.
I mean, Leclerc that's all. Me and Winfield, we laughed about that just that time that we were just like, dude, who is that? And Brandon's like, dude, it's Leclerc.
Dan Leclerc.
Yeah, he's like, it's Leclerc, dude. And we just look up and Leclerc's holding the chainsaw pin.
Dan Leclerc.
Right on character for Leclerc.
Yep.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, Almy was a good. He's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
He's pretty funny himself. Let's see. You got 10 minutes to go on this moto. 20 minutes down.
Yeah.
Still, man, Ferrandis is still keeping.
Yo, their times are dropping down. Did you just see that? They're running 2 flats now.
Really?
Yeah, they were running 201. Now they're running 2 flats.
Oh, they might have got the good line must have broken in the corner or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone raised the bar, man.
It's super cool too how wide they keep the track, man. Like look at their their ruts and stuff are just so flowy.
Yeah. I wonder what it would look like. It would be cool to me to watch, to let them have a regular just local race here and do aerial views of the lines and then do a pro race and see how much different they are.
Oh, dude, I'm sure it's.
I bet you use so much more of the track.
Yeah.
Just let beginner people go out there and ride, just like average B guys and A guys, and then let the pros watch more of the track they use than just regular average guys. They probably are just going so wide and in all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and with the local race, you also got to consider 85, 65s out there making ruts and stuff.
Yeah, but it would just be a cool contrast to see how much crazier it is, though. You know.
I always get angry at
at
Southwick when you have a local NESC race or whatever, and the way the lines develop versus Pro National. It's like looking at the Pro National day, I'm like, dude, this looks
a different
track,
fun.
Right? Different track. It looks like so much fun, and the corners are all flowy. You go to an NESC race, dude, it's like, God damn it, dude, these lines suck.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's that's why a lot of times the tracks that these guys practice at, if you went there and tried to ride, you would have a hard time riding it because the lines are meant for to go really fast.
Oh, for sure.
So when I had my track, guys would come out and ride who weren't great, and they would have a hard time just riding because the lines were set up to ride really, really, just the main line on the jump, scrubbing, just little stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of something like that, I mean, I got to ride at Stewart's house, and I was only on 85, of course, while he was riding 450s. But his lines, his scrub lines and his low lines off the side of his big, massive jumps are just terrifying.
Yeah.
You couldn't ride his lines. Nobody could ride the same.
When did you go there, dude?
That would have been 07. This was last year on Cali.
Yeah, dude, I went there on the same time, man, with Starling, and it was ridiculous, dude.
Really?
I was racing B class with Malcolm, and it took me an entire day just to do learn enough jumps to do a single lap. I didn't feel comfortable doing laps over and over again because it was so scary, man.
Because the track is so long, and you come up in all these blind jumps. Essentially, you can't remember what part of the track that you're at. Essentially,
exactly.
All you see is a takeoff, and you don't even see a landing.
Yeah, you don't see anything landing, just takeoffs, and that's it, dude. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Did you get to see James ride out there while you were there?
No, he wasn't riding. It was just us messing around.
I got to see him, and I knew just watching, I would never, ever, ever be a professional race winner at all. I was like, that's what I have to do to go that fast. I've never seen anybody.
I mean, Malcolm went fast out there. He was on, that's when he was in B class. So he wasn't as fast as he is now, but he still was decent. Remember his pace in B class, he was good.
Yeah.
He
was going fast then.
Was he riding that 250?
Yeah, and he was, but he freaking, he looked good at his own. He was going fast at his own track. There was no way I could keep up with him there.
How'd you guys get the invite to Stewart's?
I got it through Starling. How'd you get it, Winfield? I don't know.
My dad knew Big James. They got connected somehow, and there was a point when I got an offer from Honda to ride for them, and we had a Team Green offer as well. And the plan was to kind of do Team Green at first because that was the first offer that came in. We were just going to get kind of hand-me-downs of Malcolm's bikes because Malcolm is a year or two older than me. So I was on the 5s when he was wrapping up Super Minis. And that was the plan. And then Honda came in with a better offer, and we went that direction. And
Gotcha.
we got to go down to Stewart's. I think we got the invite from him personally, Big James. And I was kind of glad I didn't get to do that or do the whole Kawasaki thing, because had I done that, I had to be riding that terrifying track all the time.
Yeah, that dude, nothing about that track looks like, hey, come ride me.
I have this idea of like, because I think that like the track that you train on is going to be a big factor of whether like how much you can do, and the mistakes you make like have consequences. So it's like how difficult do you make the track to like sustain a long period of time of training. Yeah. And I feel like that like there could be these like technical turn tracks that you could make that would provide the stress and difficulty, but without the risk. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like if you tell the track builder, it will be, I think it'd be more beneficial in Supercross, because Supercross is way sketchier than outdoors is.
Yeah.
But just like finding a way to make a track difficult, kind of like routing woods is, but like at the same time, you're not going fast, so you can get tired and you have to focus on stuff. So when you do crash, you're not crashing hard, but you're also improving all your skills at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I think you need a little bit level of that risk to like almost simulate what you're going to have when you go racing. You know what I mean? Like you almost need that, especially for guys at this level. Like
you need the speed.
Yeah, you need the speed. You need just a little bit of risk in there, just so you can get comfortable.
But you could add that stuff. As I'm saying, you could customize a track to include a little bit of stuff and have different. Yeah. I'm just saying that I think that the idea of routing one track for every other track that you're going to race for the circuit might expire someday, and you might start doing different stuff.
Yeah,
I just wonder what that's going to look like, and I think it might look like what I'm talking about.
Gotcha. And the thing is, at this level, is we all know how to jump by now. Like jumps aren't like a real thing that we have to train. Like everybody can hit a damn jump. Right now.
I agree with that.
It's more technique, flow, keeping your mind focused the whole time, and being able to hit those like monotonous laps, essentially. Especially if you get by yourself and sticking to a certain pace and everything. And then Supercross is a different breed, though. You really have to focus on getting your timing down, and you can't substitute turn tracks for Supercross. In my mind.
No, but what about a Supercross track with just like simple jumps for scrubbing and tight turns with like moguls and a set of maybe like one set of whoops? That's all I'm saying, is we're having a track with like jumps around the entire track.
Yeah. I mean, I see a benefit for that. Like if you're not really in season, if you're not really getting prepared for it.
You're trying to sustain basically your riding throughout the season without getting injured is all you're doing.
Exactly.
Your speed's already built. You've already built your speed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just want to keep fine tuning your skills.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely got to be able to have like you have your flow down and your timing and everything. And
yeah.
It's just so jumpy that you have to be able to kind of be able to take a risk and do a quad or a triple when you need to, and have that down.
Dude, Ferrandis and Tomac running identical lap times. Crazy. So it looks like in the poll, 75% of people feel that Ferrandis is more of a shock than Tomac.
Wow. I'm pretty shocked at how he's been answering Tomac's advances, honestly.
Yeah.
Whenever Tomac pulls in, he kind of pulls back out. I don't know if Tomac will get him before this race is over. I don't think he can.
Hey, Matt concurs with you guys about the corner tracks really making a difference for pros too.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just being able to, just hit corners a different way. I think the whole foot on the pegs and standing up through corners has really evolved the sport. Essentially. So being able to
dude. My opinion from that kind of comes from when I was training with Izzy. When right before when he went pro, he bought that place in Georgia. And they built this really sick outdoor track. Jason Baker did. And then they built this little turn track in the woods, and we would go there and train all the time. And Tishner would go down there and train me and Nico and other guys. Like Hepler was down there at one point, and we all rode the turn track a majority of the time, dude. Like Tishner just found the turn track to be like better training for some reason.
Yeah.
And so that's what we rode a majority of the time while we were there. And we had this sick track with all these jumps and these like fast corners and like rollers. We all ever really rode with the turn track, man. Because once you had a good set of lines down there, it would get rough and it would get technical, and you could just work on all this It was really hard to do that repetitive, because you do so much stuff over and over again that it mentally freaking tears you apart, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to, like, you learn how to breathe and stuff way more than you would, I think, on an outdoor track.
Yeah, for sure.
And it just mixes it up too, dude. Like, it may not work for everyone, but it may work for you. I think it's just like a perspective thing.
Yeah.
Man, these guys have pretty much dropped Roxon.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, what happened?
Honestly, I forgot about Roxon.
I did too.
You know what I mean?
He started off so hot. That's what's the weird thing about Roxon is, it's like he can, in these races, he can show like the most speed on the track and be all over these guys, and all of a sudden it's just like he lost that pace, like it's just gone, like he never gets it back.
Did you guys see Southwick? I think it was the second moto where he was like literally like 12, 13, 15 seconds ahead by like the first like 2 laps, and then slowly but surely Tomac came through the pack and caught him, and then that just, once he got caught, it all fell apart.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what Ian said about the mental thing. I think it's a whole mental thing with him.
Yeah.
If he doesn't like get that gap and start checking out or whatever, or has some mistakes, I think it starts to get in his head. And I don't know.
What if
it's a weird thing, especially somebody at his caliber.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what if Tomac kept a notebook and wrote down what he did every single race? And you know, there'd be some sort of trend at these races he does really bad at. There has to be, dude. I would bet there is, like, whether it's just like the music he's listening to or anything, dude, what he ate on the airplane, it could be anything, you never know.
Yeah.
Something is contributing to, I think, if you looked at it that way, if you think you could figure it out.
Yeah, it's tough because he can start off so fast and be so good, and then just kind of falls off this cliff. And he's still going fast, you know, but he just doesn't maintain that horrendous pace.
He's either like really good or just good, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when he's it's like he's either like killing it or he's just like doing his normal really good stuff.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be cool. Do you guys know how long his new Yamaha contract is for? Is it a 1 year or 2 year?
I'd imagine it'd be 2 years. I would imagine.
I don't know.
Do you think he's done after that contract's over?
I think so. I thought he was going to be done after this year, possibly.
Same. They must have really thrown some good money at him.
Yeah. I think he just likes riding because last race I was at in Tampa, Supercross, I was there with my dad and we talked to John Tomac for a little bit. And the way that John was talking, he was like, why Eli still brings him to all the races and stuff. And John was sort of talking like, you know, why are we still doing this, dude? Like, you know, we've already won all this. Like, what are we still doing here, man? Yeah. So he made it sound like they didn't really need to be racing, and neither did Eli. So I think he's at this point just doing it just to he just wants to race, man. Yeah. Still, it's cool. It's cool to see he's not like totally burnt out yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which we've seen a lot of riders go that route, dude. Like freaking like Villo, like the guy, I'm sure he hated dirt bikes for like that last couple years. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I hear most of this thing was just hating dealing with the media and the pressures that came with, you know, the fact that he was a champion. He was just always expected to win. And if the second or third, it was like, what happened? You know? Yeah. It's like, why can't somebody else just be better that day? Like, these guys are all riding really, really good. And it's just like, maybe I just didn't feel comfortable on the bike that day. I didn't gel with the track. Yeah.
So we got a 4.5 second gap up to Tomac from Ferrandis. That's solid numbers right there, man.
And Webb actually held off Sexton. You know, that's good. He kept 6.5, 7 seconds the whole race.
Definitely. No, this is a really good race. I'm excited to see what happens to the Motos.
How do we get the top 10 more coverage, dude?
I don't know. I mean, I think normally they do a semi-decent job about you know, covering some stuff, but I think the battles up front were just more exciting.
I know,
in this race,
I'm just saying that the top 10 is really insane. Yeah, like at a race like this with this kind of competition, and those guys are freaking insane to be able to accomplish that. And if it was like MXGP or Formula One, those guys would be like getting champagne and stuff, and you don't even see one. So
yeah, for sure,
they definitely did a lot better. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's rad that
top 10
Shock,
guys.
Savachi, Hartrath, all those guys are top 10, man. Like, it's rad. Plus,
what do you guys think Bogle does next year? That's what's more interesting to me.
Yeah,
what are his options?
We don't know.
I don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
What are his options?
Do you think he'd go the privateer route and almost do like a
I don't know. I know he's made. I've heard he's made some money though.
Oh yeah. I think so too. Yeah.
Maybe like an NCR ride opens up or something.
Yeah,
like
maybe. I can't picture a guy like Bogle like doing his own like kind of Kyle Chisholm sort of deal, you know, like his own rig and stuff like that.
I would never do that, man. To be honest, I just feel like at that point it's kind of like if you can't do it on your own, like with like help by sponsor, like help with the team, you gotta that's freaking. I don't know. Some people like that. I wouldn't be into. My dad wouldn't be into that stuff. He's like, dude, I think we tried, man.
Couldn't cut it, kid. But no, I mean, he's had a great career. He's won overalls outdoors in the premier class. Of course, he's got a Supercross championship on the East Coast and race wins. But he also has a career outside of this with music and doing other things. I think
that is true. Yeah, he does have cool stuff.
I will say his music is pretty freaking awesome, dude.
It's impressive. Yeah,
dude. Like for a guy that's that fast and like, to be that good at music, he's solid.
Dude, doesn't freaking Merc go down there all the time?
What's that?
Merc EMH, dude.
Yeah, Garrett.
Yeah.
That's one of your boys, right, Dave?
Hang out.
I've never I don't think I've ever met him before.
You've never met Merc, dude?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, isn't he from Mass, dude?
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he is, dude.
Yeah, like I know we like hang around the same circles and stuff, but I don't think I've ever met him like outright.
Yeah. But I mean, like them two together, because like that dude Merc already has a decent following in music.
Yeah.
And Bogle's they work together and stuff, and then they do stuff with remember Brad Frace? Brad Frace makes videos for all those guys and stuff. So there's some stuff they got going on, I think, in Oklahoma.
Dude, they are exhausted from this race.
It must be, dude. It must be insane, right?
Dude, did you see Ferrandis?
Yeah, he's just like throwing water back, dude, left and right.
That's crazy. This is fun, man. This was definitely some good first motos, man. That was awesome. Guys, thank you for tuning in. All of you guys that are watching this, if you're watching, on Ian's channel or watching on the collective, we just want to say thank you for the support that you're tuning in. Two awesome people joining in this week, Ian Trettel and Brandon Winfield. Guys, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to Ian's stuff. He's going to be linked in the description below, as well as Brandon's stuff. Be sure to support these guys. Matt Jensen says Dylan's wife, though. I concur.
Absolutely.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. We're not arguing with you there, brother. Thank you guys again. Be sure to check out the chat. We've got some good promo codes in there for you guys, and we have fun doing this. Check in next week because I think we're gonna be doing this again. Brandon, you got to join us, man. You got to join us next time we do this because it was just too much fun this week. So
I'll have my laptop. I actually took like a quick run up to my dad's house this week and forgot to pack all the stuff I needed, so I will be better prepared next weekend, and I'll be tuning in every Saturday.
Okay, we'll make sure we get
there,
going.
Dude.
Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, check out all the things that we've got going on, and be sure to share this if you guys liked it. Share it, and subscribe to the guys below. Ian, Brandon, it's been fun. This was awesome. We're gonna do this again, and let's keep it going.
Much love, guys.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, guys.
Here's to some good Motos.
All right, we'll see you.